Okay, looks like we're
We're
back
live.
on, Deval. We're
We're
back
back
live.
on. We're back live. We're here again.
We're back again, mate.
Yep.
So this
Just the two of us
is
today.
just the two of us. So yeah, Manuel's probably off. What's the Manuel doing?
He's doing Emmanuel, innit? He's doing him.
Emmanuel's being Emmanuel.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be out there listening at some point. So Emmanuel, if you're listening, see you on the next one. But listen, so this is episode 394.
394. Be careful of the door.
Be careful of the door.
Be careful of the door. The door's open two ways. You might let something out, but you might let something in.
That
And that's
is
for the
dark.
film we have later. That's for the film we have later. So.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, folks. So listen, check it out. This is episode 394. We've got a couple of big movies that we're going to be speaking about later on in the show. So stick around for the next kind of 45, 50 minutes. Obviously, movie news on streaming, trailers and stuff. But before we get into that, let's do the shout outs.
Yeah, got a couple of shout outs this week. First one goes out to Andre Lennart, who we had on the show a few weeks ago talking about the Odyssey. And he's on Instagram. Go check him out. And he's talking about some new work that he's doing. I think it's a Norse mythology type game that he's been involved with. So he's putting those posts on his Instagram page. So go check him out. Next shout out goes to Sleepover Critiques. And that's on TikTok. Movie review channel just like us, so go check her out. From recently seeing she's gone to Spider-Man and Odyssey and all that sort of thing, so go check her out, see what she's up to on there. And then on YouTube we've got Macam Studios. Studios a little while ago was literally talking about what we're going to talk about next, which is X-Men casting in the MCU and who the next Cyclops should be. So now that's going to be revealed because all is revealed now. So let's talk about that.
Let's get into that. And remember, obviously, like, subscribe, do all that stuff on social media. We're all over it. So find us at the Flicksters and get in touch with us. And, you'll be a shout on the show, or even, you know what, come on the show.
Come on, exactly. Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, Kate Deval. So let's get into movie news. You've already mentioned it. Look, let's speak about D23. This is kind of Disney's. It's yearly, isn't it? I'm assuming it's yearly. Yeah, it is yearly. And this is the Disney doing the big showcase, like what's coming up. They get fans excited. They want this is obviously for the investors as well, Deval, because investors, think about it, they want the return on their investment, right? So they want obviously dollars in their back pocket. And the only way that's going to happen is if they get more subscribers, they get more people watching Disney. And the only way they're going to do that is if they announce more new content or new kind of IP and stuff like that. So let's break it down for our listeners out there, Deval. What was announced? Tell us about the casting rumors. What kind of movies are we talking about? And how much of a difference is this going to make to the movies coming out in the next 2, 3, 5 years' time?
Yeah, this is massive. So Kevin Feige came out on stage at D23 and just made all these announcements, massive announcements for Marvel. X-Men announcements, which is what we're going to focus on today. X-Men is going to be directed by the same director, Jack Schreier, who directed the Thunderbolts. Right. And this is going to be coming out on the 5th of May, 2028. So Cinco de Mayo, 2028, we're going to get the new X-Men. The title hasn't been finalized yet, but that's what we're going to be seeing. And in this presentation, they announced all the key players, all the new actors that are going to be in X-Men. So first of all, we know Sadie Sink, who we saw in Spider-Man. She's going to be there. And then they started to announce people we haven't maybe heard of.
So tell us about some of these names, because they are, some of them are new. I know one or two, but give us some of these other names.
So Kit Connor. Kit Connor's going to be Cyclops. Kit Connor, we saw him in Warfare. He's been in His Dark Materials. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's only 22 years old, Kit Connor, and he's going to be the new Cyclops. And then we have Christopher Abbott, who we saw recently in The Wolf, or Wolfman, was it called?
Right. Okay. Yes.
Recently, he's been in lots of stuff. He's been in Possessor, really sort of strange film, sort of David Lynch kind of film. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Really good actor. He's going to be Professor X. So again,
Oh,
he's 40 years old. Yeah,
serious.
Professor X, Christopher Abbott. And then we have Samara Weaving, which we kind of already kind of knew about, I think I would say. She's going to be, who's she going to be?
Samara Weaving.
Hmm.
Um,
Who do you think she's going to be? Samara Weaving. Someone who's diamond, a bit of a diamond character. She's going to be Emma Frost.
oh, we've seen Emma Frost before, haven't we?
We saw Emma Frost in, I can't remember which one it
First
was.
Class.
First Class, yeah, Emma Frost. So
Oh
she's going to be Emma
shit.
Frost, a bit of a diamond character. She's got crazy powers. She's got telekinetic powers, hasn't she? And I think when she's in diamond mode, you can't get through to her or something
Yeah,
like that.
like
So she's a good
impregnable.
character. Yeah, exactly. Very
Wow,
much. Well, saying
Samara
that,
Weaving.
she had a child recently, didn't she? So she
Oh,
is
so she's impregnable.
impregnable.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting. And
Uh,
I saw something Samara. I saw Samara Weaving just recently in a movie, which was quite funny, kind of like an independent type of
oh,
with
okay.
it was on Amazon. So yeah, I mean, we've seen her in other stuff before, like
Yeah,
Ready or Not,
yeah.
Here I Come type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have Indy Navarrete.
Yes.
Indy Navarrete, who we saw recently in Obsession. She's like
Obsession.
smashed it. That film's just done so well.
Yep.
She is going to be Rogue. She's going to be
Oh,
Rogue.
she's
She's
gonna be
25
Rogue.
years old, again, young.
Yep.
25 years old, Rogue. She's going to have that southern accent. She's going to be as dynamic as we saw her in Obsession. That's another good one as well.
Yep.
And then we have a new one, Maya Boyd.
Never seen her.
No one's heard of her. Like, no disrespect to her, but she is a really fresh actress. She on her IMDb, no joke, yeah, no joke. She's got one short film,
Wow.
and then one part she played on Broadway, which is stage. That's it.
Really?
No feature film to her name. Similar to what happened with Miss Marvel with that actress. You know the TV show Miss Marvel. That actress came out of pretty much nowhere. So this one as well, Storm, is going to be played by an actress that no one would have seen or heard of, mainly, but again, young,
So
23 years old.
So they're really going for obviously the young people, and then they can kind of mold them and kind of, keep them in the role if they're successful. Interesting. But this next one.
This last one here. So Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister. So again, we broke it, I think, a little while ago, thinking he was going to be Magneto, but he is going to be Mr. Sinister. I think we sort of played between two of them. He's 42 years old. Obviously, he's been in Star Wars. He's been in all kinds of stuff. So interesting cast. So this is going to be an all new, all different X-Men, younger, fresh. I reckon we'll probably see a hint of them after maybe either Doomsday or Secret Wars, because this is going to be coming out a year after Secret Wars in 2028. Right, so will we see a teaser of them from Secret Wars? I don't know, but time will tell.
This is mad. And in my head, Devaldo, I was thinking to myself, all right, okay, so obviously Marvel, they've done Avengers, right? They're still doing Avengers. We've got Doomsday, we're going to get Secret Wars, and that's going to kind of cap that whole thing. And then for me, in my head, I was thinking, well, the next big thing for Marvel in the comic universe is going to be the X-Men. How are they going to do that? So this gives us an idea. We've got Sadie Sink has already been introduced. Now, are we in the Doomsday movie, which we'll speak about the trailer in just in a bit? So are we getting this kind of bridge between the old and the new in this new movie? Or do you think we're going to get some of these people like Kit Connor and Samara Weaving and stuff like that?
I think they'll probably introduce some of them. They could introduce them like Sadie Sink bit by bit, here and there, post credit or this, that. So, but I think the majority of them will be introduced as a unit in their film. So I think that's how they probably should do it, actually.
Yeah. Now, okay, in terms of your level of excitement for X-Men, I mean, how are you ranking this? Because I know there's going to be division. There's going to be people who are like, oh, they could have gone a bit more. They could have gone a bit more exciting. They could have had a few more named people. I mean, Adam Driver, big name. He's been in obviously the Star Wars movies and Oscar nominated and stuff like that. I think even Oscar winner maybe. Christopher Abbott, obviously great actor. Catch 22. He was in this TV show called Catch 22. Like rave reviews of that. Well, you and I, we watched Wolfman, and it was what did we? I can't even remember what we said, but we didn't say it was an instant classic. But it was okay. You know, so I wonder, you know, the naysayers, Deval, is the casting good enough, do you reckon, for the type
I
of
think it.
movies that's going to be coming?
I think it's good. It's fresh. It gives longevity. A lot of them are in the early or mid 20s, so it gives them a good 10 years, maybe 15 years. But it's not, obviously, some people felt Storm should have been played by someone like Jamie Lawson, who we saw in Sinners. We saw her play the mayor in The Batman.
In the Batman.
And there's other actors that they said that people felt should have been this person or that person. But I think time will tell. They all seem like they're good actors. They've had a good, apart from obviously Storm, who no one knows, but I'm sure she's good.
Yeah.
I think they've all got they've done a lot of good work, so they should do good in this, I think.
Yeah, and it helps that Indy was in Obsession, right? That was like the
Yeah,
exposure there
yeah,
was like
yeah,
huge. All right, okay.
yeah.
So that is kind of the D23 stuff, and those casting rumors is big. If you're in, you know, if you're interested in the MCU, this is kind of like big, and so we'll kind of keep it locked with that, and we will let you know more on that. But let's just speak about Spider-Man Devaldo. Whew, this movie is ram rolling like everything at the moment. Just break it down for us, Devaldo. How much money has this taken?
Opening weekend, $360 million worldwide,
So
and
that
to
was
date, as
domestic.
yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Literally opening weekend, I think that was, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Supergirl, the whole run done 124 million.
Oh,
You know,
terrible.
overall worldwide to date, $1.8 billion.
Oh my
So this
days.
is next level. Everyone loves Spider-Man. Spider-Man is
Yeah.
massive. That's why Sony will never sell the rights.
Exactly. And the casting, right? Tom Holland
Mm,
he's great as Spider-Man. I
yeah,
think
very good Spider-Man.
people love Tom Holland and that kind of the youthfulness and
Yeah.
you know that kind of like, oh wow, geez, that type of kind of attitude that he brings to it. um I'll look, I watched it again, Devalda, in 4DX.
Same. Oh, okay,
I
okay. I
watched it
must
in
have been
4DX.
busy. I must have
Man,
been busy
trust
rocking
me,
about the
man.
place.
The kids watching them, it was I mainly did it for the kids so that they can kind of get that experience because it was their first 4DX movie. But
Okay.
you know what, the swinging and all that stuff, it kind of lends to a 4DX movie. And I thought second time round, I thought I might like it a bit more. But you know what, you know what, it was exactly the same. Like, it's a decent movie.
Okay.
It's not as I love that third movie, you know, the last one that they did with the three of them. I
Yeah,
just felt
yeah.
like as if the magic in that movie was just untouchable. This is a decent Spider-Man movie, and we'll just have to wait and see where they go with this next.
Fair enough.
You know?
Fair enough. Yeah.
So yeah, 1.8 billion worldwide, and you know, Tom Holland was in the Odyssey as well. So come on.
Yeah. Both films have done over $1 billion, so he's getting paid. He got paid 20 million for Spider-Man. I think it was obviously less for Odyssey, but because this is his fourth one, so he can demand wages now, you know. So
And
yeah.
after this, Devout, imagine he's going to write his own paycheck, this guy. All right, so let's park that for a moment. Let's speak about Mike Flanagan. Now, Mike Flanagan, we've mentioned on the show before. He's been behind kind of like, you know, the House on the Haunted. Is it the House on the Haunted Hill or Bly Manor or something? Or
Yeah, both House on the Haunted Hill and Bly Manor. Yeah.
you know, and he's done. He wrote Clayface,
Yep.
which is coming pretty soon. He's going to be directing the new Exorcist movie, but he's in our news for another reason.
Yeah, so Mike Flanagan is set to make The Mist remake. So The Mist came out, I think it was 2008, I want to say, 2007. John Hannah or something, the Punisher guy that was a Punisher. He was the sort of main star in that one. Had a lot of the Walking Dead or some of the Walking Dead casting crew in that one. That was directed by, I think, Frank Darabont. You know, I watched it recently again. It's actually a really good film, you know, The Mist.
It okay?
It's a good. Have you not seen it?
No.
You ain't seen The Mist?
I haven't seen The Mist. No, because I thought it might have been some sort of cheap little knockoff, man.
Watch the film. It's a good film. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a bit Lovecraftian in like the sort of monsters and stuff like that, and
yeah,
it's weird, but it's a good film. That's all I'm going to say. But people are a bit like, that film was good. Why do we need another remake? But
I guess Mike Flanagan, he's got a different take on it.
I but I'd watch it again. I mean, that film there kind of lends itself again to the sort of Cloverfield and what we're going to talk about later in that film. So I don't want to spoil it for you, but there is a hint of, okay, the government was involved in this. So these monsters didn't just appear from nowhere. And again, it's very
experimentation.
Do you know what? It's actually it's almost like the end of Oak Street, I would say, in what happens in the film. You need to watch it. You'll see what I'm saying. It's literally like the end of Oak Street, but better.
I'm gonna hunt it down.
But better.
Yeah, interesting. Let's see what Mike Flanagan does with that. All right, okay. That's your movie news for this week, but let's get on to new on streaming. So a couple of things that we're going to be speaking about. So we've got Big Chicken, a fast food conspiracy. Now, Netflix, man, they are, when it comes to documentaries, they are king, I reckon, because they really, really do push the boat out when it comes to this sort of stuff. Now, Big Chicken, you can imagine what this is going to be about, a fast food conspiracy. Deval, what are they pumping into chicken?
All kinds of nonsense. So this is a documentary from Mo Gilligan, who's a UK comedian, big UK comedian. And in this one, he kind of mirrors a little bit what happened with Super Size Me in the late 90s, that documentary.
Yeah.
And in this one, he eats chicken for 28 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not just any chicken, not just like roast chicken, but fried chicken, like fast food chicken.
Yeah.
Does it to prove a point, to see how his body will react to having this type of food all the time. He puts on weight, but what in this documentary he investigates in the UK, he goes to America for most of it, and he looks at the fast food industry, chicken fast food industry, to see how it is from like farm factory to plate, and see how chickens are treated. There's all these animal rights people that are saying it's bad, it's terrible. It's a massive thing, and he goes through it all. It's not as serious as I thought it would be. He's a comedian, so he does have to keep it a bit light,
joke it up a bit.
Yeah, but it's interesting. It's one of those ones that some people might watch it and think, I'm never eating chicken again. Some people might do that. I didn't do that. But
do you think do they pump like hormones into it and stuff like that, or
not just that, but the treatment of the chickens. And like chickens are meant to be a certain size. And yes, what you're saying about the hormones. Now chickens, when they grow, they're massive. And they shouldn't grow that big that quickly. So they're obviously putting things into the chickens to make them grow that big, because it's more profitable to have bigger. Exactly. The wings that we're eating are not meant to be that big. Remember the wings, these birds are not meant to fly. They don't fly for a reason. So it's mad. So yeah, it's worth a watch on Netflix. It's an hour and a half. So yeah.
Yeah, interesting that one. All right, go check it out. Big Chicken, a fast food conspiracy. All right, let's go on to Amazon. Now, this has been a really, really big hit for Amazon. The Reacher. I can't believe it's 4 seasons already. I've had, honestly, so much fun watching Reacher. I haven't started season 4, by the way. But yeah, man, all the seasons for Reacher, they've been really good. And Reacher became this kind of Lee Child, who wrote the character of Reacher, massive book sales and everything. Tom Cruise got onto it and he got cussed. People cussed.
He was too small, isn't it?
Because he was too small. And then when you see Alan Richardson, then you realize
what he's meant to look like.
Meant to look like. And this guy takes no prisoners. This guy does not give a shit. He will kill people.
Trust me. Tom Cruise was reaching. Alan Richardson is Reacher. That's the difference. And in this, I've seen the first 3 episodes so far. That's all that's on Amazon. And it's just as good as it is before. This season might actually be better so far.
Wicked.
This season seems really good. He's doing his usual thing, beating people up and whatever. Trouble seems to come his way. He doesn't look for it. Yeah. He just walks around with his jeans and t-shirt, and trouble finds him. But he can't turn his back on it. So yeah.
And what about the controversy? Now, I don't know. Remember, we saw this little video, like real life
of him fighting a neighbor.
Yeah, I guess that didn't affect.
I haven't heard much of that. Yeah, I don't think that's affected him very much at all, to be honest.
Because something like that could have the potential to kind of like end someone's career.
Yeah, it could do, but he's Reacher. Reacher by name, Reacher by nature, looks like.
He reached out and he dealt with that guy.
Touched.
All right, go check that out. Reacher season 4 on Amazon Prime. And let's speak about House of the Dragon. Now, this is finished now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Finished. Okay, done with. So is this going to be, was that the end of that one, or did they leave it so there's
end
another
of season
one?
And I think season 4 is going to be all. So I think there's one more season that's going to maybe put an end to it. Season 3. So you ain't seen season 3 yet, then, have
No,
you?
no.
Okay, so I won't spoil it too much, but I will say season 3 ended. It started off really, really great. It's done its run. Some people are happy with it. Some people are not.
Yeah.
Season 3, there's certain characters, just like Game of Thrones always has been, that you
Someone
think,
goes.
oh, they're gonna last forever. Nah, they go suddenly. So there's a lot of dragons in this. There's more fighting, more infighting, Targaryen
Yeah.
versus Targaryen, and so on. And house, is it Hightower? Is it Hightower I'm
Yeah,
thinking of?
Hightower.
Hightower House, yeah. And you get to see some Starks in this one, and there's all kinds of
Oh,
people trying to fight for the Queen or this version of the Queen, or I'll kneel for you, or I'll stand
yeah.
with you. There's
Bend
a
the
lot of that
knee.
going on. Yeah, exactly. So this one is a bit more wider than what we've seen before. This one they
Right,
travel
gotcha.
around a bit more. So quite interesting. But yeah, it's good. I still watch it. I'm looking forward to season 4.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 2.
Yeah.
I hope
That's
they don't cancel that, or like,
nah. That's not getting cancelled. Season 2 is coming, and I want it to stay just as intimate. Don't be like the rest of them.
yeah,
Keep it low
keep it.
key.
Talking about cancellation, we got confirmation, Devado. This isn't in our news, but sorry, I just want to quickly mention this. We got confirmation that Power Man, Wonder Man, is cancelled.
Is it?
Yeah, Daniel Destin, the director of Spider Man, the director of Spider Man Brand New Day, he confirmed it, and he's apparently he's gutted.
Look at that. So on one hand, he's delivered a $1.8 billion film, and on the other hand, they're
They're
taking.
taking, they're taking, they're
I saw a bit of
taking.
controversy actually on online saying all the black shows are being cancelled. Blade, Power Man. There was another couple of ones as well. Don Cheadle's one. Remember that one?
Armor
Armored Wars or something like
Armored
that.
Wars was supposed to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
See
So
what's
there's a bit
going
of
on.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
you see what I'm saying. Now we did not put this on you on streaming, but this is coming out tonight, or is it tomorrow?
what's
Lanterns.
that? Yes, yeah. We spoke about it last week. Yeah.
Oh, did we? Shit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Lantern's coming out literally as we speak today. It's coming out tomorrow. So I'm gonna
We'll
first
watch it.
5 minutes
Yeah.
has been put online, but I don't want to see it yet.
No, I want to watch it
No,
properly.
no.
And
Yeah.
then we'll speak about that on next week's show. All right, let's get
Yeah.
on to let's do trailers now. We've got
Yeah.
some great trailers in there. First up though, Deval, tell me about Primetime.
Primetime. I just did this one real quickly because we've spoken about it a few weeks ago. Primetime is Robert Pattinson playing the role of Chris Hansen, who is an investigative journalist who goes out looking for basically child predators. And he basically works with the police, finds them, interviews them when they set up a sting where they come in and they think they've been speaking to a child. They're going to do stuff with the child that is illegal.
Yeah.
They come into the house and Chris Hansen surprises them. I'm here, and then the police come and arrest them. This is the movie version of that
Of the
whole
actual
journey.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, so this should be interesting. I don't want to spoil it because the show originally has been going on for like 20 years.
Wow.
There were some legal issues that happened because someone
died,
basically,
right?
yeah, they took their own life and other stuff. So whether the show's going to show that, I'm not sure, but it does look interesting.
It's a
Yeah,
dark
looks
world,
interesting.
man. Okay,
It's a
yeah,
dark
so
world,
good.
yeah.
And it's Robert Pattinson, right? So he's riding
that's
on the
right,
coattails of Odyssey as
Yeah.
well, and we'll see him in Batman at
Yeah.
some point as well. All right, let's speak about the next lot. I want to speak about this. So this is Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels. And I was like, okay, I'm watching the trailer and seeing Jonathan Majors. And I was like, holy shit, what happened to Jonathan Majors? And
Man, he's
here
got to
he
get paid,
is.
innit? He's got to get paid. He's taking all kinds of roles, man. He's got to get paid.
So after all of the shit, like, Kang the Conqueror, Disney, he was up in Loki. There was, obviously Creed and all these big movies. Really fantastic actor, actually. He's actually is really, really good. And it's great to see, like, he's back on our screens. But what a story, because people watching the trailer will be like, oh my God, we see this in real life, Deval.
Yeah. So actually, I think it might be it's basically produced by the Daily Wire, which is a sort of like a organization. They've got YouTube stuff. Ben
Mm,
Shapiro and them sort of people are on there, quite controversial.
yeah.
Some people will call them right wing sort of speakers and stuff.
Mm,
There was a 2020 film called Run, Hide, Fight, and this looks like it might be a sequel to that. So
right. Gotcha.
This Run, Hide, Fight Infidels one. Jonathan Majors seems like I don't know who he is, but he's some
Delta
guy who
Force
Delta
army
Force
person.
guy.
He's doing a
Yeah.
speech at a university, and then the university gets kind of overtaken, overrun by an Islamic group, and there's kind of like
Mm,
beheading, there's
mm,
slaughtering,
yeah.
there's all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I'm gonna say about this is, what do you think the backlash is gonna be though?
Political
Because
for sure. Political for
100%,
sure.
because
Because
people are gonna watch this movie
yeah.
and they're going to be like, hang on a second, so we're painting a picture like of this group of people, and we're going to be doing like all this thing, but there's going to be like major people in America
Mm,
and worldwide are going to be like, yeah, come
yeah.
on, let's
Yeah.
get them, let's
Come
kill it,
on,
let's
get
kill
them
them.
out. Close our borders. The actual synopsis of this is when a radical Islamic terrorist hijack a liberal college's pro-Palestine encampment, a Delta Force vet must arm up to save their clueless peers and keep America from surrendering to the enemy on its own soil. So, yeah, it's lots of obviously uh, current political stuff that's going on,
Yeah.
and we're seeing obviously what's all with Charlie Kirk being shot at a
Oh
campus
man.
as well, and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So this is, and someone like him to be playing that role. I mean, some people are like, "What's he doing? What's he playing at?" You know, but
It's like what you said. He needs to get
we've got to get
back in the
paid.
game.
He's get paid. It's a
He
paycheck.
needs to get paid. He needs to get back in the game. And I guess this is also like a way for him to be like, screw you type of thing as well. Like
Mhm.
you're not gonna stop me from doing what I need to do. And here's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Obviously, same thing with Gina Carano and everything. She
Mm,
was
mm,
obviously, cancelled, and this
mm.
is what's going on there. So yeah, look, we're not going to pass judgment until we see the actual movie, see what it's about. There's a line in the movie in the trailer where he's like, "And that's the American way."
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, oh my
Oh,
days.
yeah.
This is going to be corny as hell,
Yeah.
but
Trust
let's
me.
see what happens. All right, Devaldo, let's speak about this. I totally forgot about this was going to be on the radar and this was coming because obviously Marvel, they've cancelled a lot of shows, Power Man, for example,
Mm,
and they've kind of cut back on their output. But this one, Vision Quest, watching the trailer and I'm like, holy shit, yeah. And they're classing this as the trilogy, a trilogy. So we had One Division, Agatha All Along, and
mm,
now Vision Quest.
yeah.
Was it going to be a trilogy? Do you remember it being classed as something like that before?
I don't remember, no, but I
Hmm.
guess this is them trying to, put a spin
Tie
on it
it.
to make it more enticing.
Hmm.
So
But
we
tell
see
us
Paul
about this.
Bettany. Yeah, we see Paul Bettany here as Vision, a different version of him. He's in his like human form. Obviously, lots has happened. He's lost his wife, his missus, the Scarlet Witch. He's maybe depressed. He's looking at a new way of living his life, and then he's also got Ultron in human form as James Spader, who I
Yeah.
guess is his dad because he kind of created him, didn't he?
Yeah.
And they're kind of doing stuff, living together. And I think he feels a bit sort of, I don't know, he feels
Lost.
lost. Yeah, but he also feels like a bit, I guess, disjointed as to what to do going forward. And I think in this trailer we see he's got a son somehow. He's got a son. I
Because
mean,
remember Agatha, but that was the one from Agatha All Along.
oh, is it?
Because the kid in Agatha All
Mm.
Along was Wonder Vision's son, was Scarlet Witch's
Oh, okay,
son.
okay. Is that the same guy? I didn't recognize him.
I don't know if
Okay.
it's the same guy though, but it looks like as if he's a bit
Ah,
older. So I guess then the quest is for him to kind of find himself, connect to his son and
mm,
decide, is he going to be something else? Is he going to be an Avenger, or is he going to be,
mm,
which Vision is he going to be basically?
mm. Also, Tom Hiddleston's supposed to show up in this. I'm not sure in what
Mm,
capacity, but yeah, he's listed as one of the cast members. So,
low key. All right, we're going to
mm,
see that. So this is coming out in October. So we've got a while, a couple of months.
yeah.
We'll obviously watch it, we'll review it, and we'll tell you how that all goes. Now, let's get into the other stuff. Ahsoka season 2. Devout, when did the first season come out, by the way?
I
Isn't
think
it
it
been a long time?
was. about 2 years ago, isn't it? I think
It's been
it
a
was two
while,
years
and
ago.
if I'm
Yeah,
being honest, I had totally forgotten about it.
me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I was
I
like,
don't.
holy shit.
Mm,
But in this one, we're
2023,
seeing
3 years ago.
yeah,
Flipping
3 years.
heck.
So we're seeing her story continue. We're seeing obviously who was the guy with the blue face again? Who's the villain with the blue face?
Oh, General Thrawn or something, isn't it? Is that his
Right.
name?
Okay. And we saw him in Ahsoka season 1, I think.
Yeah, Lars Mikkelsen.
Yeah. So we've
Yeah,
kind of seen that kind of element, but in the trailer, we're seeing a lot of Anakin Skywalker.
yeah, he's in it. I think he's there as a Force ghost, in it,
Yeah.
guiding her and stuff. And obviously that was his Padawan. So
Mm,
Rosario Dawson, we see the younger version of her as
of
well.
her, because there's a fight scene
So
between those two from the animation that they
yeah,
kind of do.
exactly. So I mean, I hope it looks like this season could be better than the first season, and I
Mm,
really hope that's the case because Ahsoka in the animation, she was my favorite character. I
yeah.
really liked Ahsoka. So let's see if this one is better. We've got Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in this.
Yeah.
We've got Ivana Sakono. I think she was in Mission Impossible. One of them, one of the latter ones.
Mm.
So and also we got the late Ray Stevenson in this as well.
And Thanos.
And Thanos. Have we got Thanos in this?
Josh Brolin was in it. There's a bit of Josh Brolin
Oh,
in
is
there.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
Let's see what happens with this. So now, when is this coming out, by the way?
Oh, this one is out in August. No, it's not out. No, it's not. No, it's just next year. It's next year.
Oh, so we
This is
still
out
got a
next year.
while left yet.
Yeah, we've got a while because they've got a Vision Quest has got to come out. Doomsday's got to come out first as well. So before any of that, then this is going to be January 2027. So yeah.
So January 2027. Okay, so we've got a fair few months left for that, folks. All right, let's speak about this final trailer. And this is a big one. This is the one that I think gave me. I mean, I like the teaser trailer, the one that we got before. That was great. This one was just kind of took it to the next level. This is Avengers Doomsday and the second kind of major big trailer, and we get to see more of bit more of a backstory. We've got Susan Storm. She's kind of talking about Victor Von Doom. She's saying that there's a tragedy that's happened. He's lost his family. We don't know how he's lost his family, but I suspect, Devaldo, it's associated with the Avengers somehow. And he's maybe wants to get revenge or whatever.
Happy.
He's not happy. He's not a happy bunny. What did you make of it, man? This looks mad.
Yeah, this one, I guess, so far with the Russo's first big trailers, it's usually this kind of tone. If you think of Infinity War, it was someone on the voiceover explaining what's Thanos. He was talking about, just talking about stuff, and you saw clips, and this is similar. So they're not giving away too much, which I like. I don't want too much yet.
I don't want
They're
it.
teasing us into it, and this one is a bit more personal. We see the Fantastic Four characters being really personal with Victor. They're calling him Victor, like a first name basis. So that obviously it shows they know him.
They know him from that
and
universe.
They're kind of questioning, what have you done? What have you done? And he's just justifying what he's done. So it looks like it could be a really personal kind of story here. And he's lost his family, wife and kid.
Yeah, he's leveled the place. In the trailer, there's something that's been destroyed, and Mr. Fantastic is like, what have you done? Like, tell me, what have you done? And yeah, man.
And then he punches the ground and brings up the Sentinels. Oh my gosh.
Days! The Sentinels are in
that scene there. Oh,
I know.
Man.
And then so the bit where Susan Storm. Now here's the thing, Deval, because they might be just teasing us with this, like the makers, Russos. So there's a bit where Susan Storm is talking, and she's talking about Victor Von Doom and everything. But could those cutaways to all those characters be in that scene, or are they just?
They could be tricking us. There could be other people there that are cut out.
Because we see. Yeah, we see Gambit there. We see Magneto there. We see Professor X.
Yeah. So there's something's happened, and then they're gonna huddle together to try and figure out a plan as to what to do. And then she's the one, obviously, she knows him. She's telling them, this is who you got to fight. This is who he is. This is what we've got to look forward to or not. And yeah, I think a lot of people are wiped out in this film in the first 10 minutes.
Man.
Yeah, the old X-Men.
The older lot, because Cyclops
Yeah.
is going to be in this as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's gonna wipe him out. Yeah, he's gone. I reckon he kills Jean Grey. Cyclops goes crazy. Optic blast the whole place, and yeah, things just go mad. Mm,
Interesting.
mm,
Because in order to defeat Victor Von Doom, they are going to have to get everyone.
mm.
Because otherwise,
Yeah.
how will you kill him?
Let me see. He somehow kills himself, or something he does to himself does it. But again, this hopefully shouldn't be dealt with in one film. I don't want it to be.
They banish him or
He needs
something, but
to.
they can't.
Yeah,
They can't kill him. He goes away or something.
just to secret to Battleground,
Battle
Secret Wars,
World.
Battle World. Yeah.
All right, okay, folks, go check those trailers out. And listen, if you do see them, tag us, let us know that you did see them, and write a comment and let us know what you thought of them. All right, let's get into Anniversary Corner. Now, the one that we've picked for you is very, very, it's very, very relevant to the movies that we're
Very
going to be speaking
relevant.
about.
Mm.
So 10 years ago, 2016, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now, so we had 10 Cloverfield Lane, the Cloverfield Paradox. There wasn't a third one, was there? No.
Well, it's Cloverfield Lane, then
Sorry.
Paradox.
Yeah, and then the Paradox. So there is that whole thing. And there's a thread going between these movies. And we still doing, I'm just trying to think, with the Paradox, did we find out exactly what is it an experimentation? Or we still don't know?
It was an experimentation of some sort. And I think even in the Paradox one, I believe there was a scene where someone has a notebook and it shows that a small town had been misplaced or displaced through some sort of dimensional way.
Yep.
So it shows that it can happen. So that's what I'll say. But I think 10 Cloverfield Lane is such a good intimate film where you get to see people that are again trapped in a house and there's stuff going on outside and there's a lot going on that we don't know. This is a really intimate part, a small section of it. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who we saw he's now involved with Predators quite a lot. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. We have Damien Chazelle. Oh, okay. John.
He was Damien Chazelle was the
He
directed La La Land.
Yeah, I think he co-wrote this.
Oh, geez.
Didn't know that. John Goodman's in this as well, who turned out to be quite a nutter, but I like this film a lot. I like this film
kind of claustrophobic a bit.
Yeah.
When those end of world scenarios, it's just kind of like stuck in a house and you're with the crazies.
Yeah.
And definitely go check it out because JJ Abrahams, Deval, he's created this kind of universe, right? He's started off with JJ Abrahams and everything, and a lot of people are saying like JJ Abrahams, he's influenced a lot by Steven Spielberg, and you do see that in a lot of his movies, the lens flare and everything.
Yes,
there's a lot of that kind of that tracking shot that he does, and you have all that. So those Cloverfield movies definitely worth watching. And then that leads us into our first movie that we're going to be reviewing, which is The End of Oak Street. And the connection is there. So if you've seen 10 Cloverfield Lane and you've seen all those Cloverfield movies, they're talking about experimentation. Deval just mentioned about a whole city, about a whole town disappearing and then reappearing and whatnot. And this feeds into that whole thing. So interestingly, Devaldo, I didn't even know this. It was only till the movie ended that I saw the name of the director.
Oh, you didn't know who it was? Oh, that's what pulled me to this film. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I didn't even know David Mitchell or
Robert Mitchell from It Follows.
It Follows. So the horror pedigree is there, and I'm like, holy shit, yes, that's him and everything. And he's gone on to make this, produced by JJ Abrahams, starring Ewan McGregor, starring Anne Hathaway. So was this made before Odysseus or made before The Odyssey? Because she looks way slimmer in this movie than she did in The Odyssey.
Oh, is it? I don't know. I know she's I think, either giving birth or she's pregnant at the moment. One
Yeah.
of them.
I don't,
So I'm
for
not
some reason,
sure
I just thought
timelines
she
are.
looked maybe fuller in the Odyssey.
Maybe it's the clothes she was wearing.
Mm.
Possibly.
Yeah. So it's set in the 1980s, small town America. So Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway, they've got two kids, teenage children, and they're kind of going through some sort of issue, you know, some marital problems, and he's off, maybe sulking somewhere, and he's kind of not present, is what kind of what she says, and she's kind of really upset, and um he's kind of in a job where he needs to earn some extra money, so he's not always there. She's off trying to become a writer, writing a book in her spare time. So there's kind of like a bit of a tension, and the kids are just normal teenage kids. And this is the thing with the reference to kind of Spielberg. We get that in this movie, kids on bicycles, Deval.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, talk about ET,
Yeah.
talk about Stranger Things.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Even the music as well, and it being at 1982. I mean, all of that is very Spielberg-esque, isn't it?
Very, very Spielberg-esque, and if you like those kind of 80 set movies and everything, this is going to be right up your alley. And then one night, the family, they encounter this crazy bright light, and lights up the whole house. The dog's barking, and they start to kind of notice a few crazy things, weird things that are happening. Like a neighbor's got a lump of shit in his garden,
And
and
that's the
they're like,
same sort of size that was in Jurassic Park when the
yes,
Triceratops was sick, and Jeff Goldblum says that's one big pile of shit.
shit,
Similar,
it's
isn't it?
similar. So you got the connection to Steven Spielberg because of Jurassic Park. So there's all these little threads weaving into this movie, which I thought was like interesting. And then another night on this really stormy day, there's another flash of light, and something crazy is happening in the outside and everything. And then they all go out, and then they realize something is amiss, and then from that point onwards, that's when the excitement, the adventure, the kind of the thrill, the danger, that's when it all begins. And then they realize that they aren't where they're supposed to be. They're in a flipping another dimension. They've gone into the past. We don't know, but they're in dinosaur land.
Yeah.
Duval,
Crazy.
crazy,
Crazy.
crazy, crazy. And you know what? I was not expecting this. Do you know that?
The concept for me is really, I like the concept. It almost
Yeah.
reminds me of, like, I don't know, some sort of Outer Limits or some sort of Twilight Zone kind of
Twilight Zone.
situation, mixed with Jurassic Park and all that sort of thing. Even the music was very sort of John Williams ish. This for me was not a David Robert Mitchell kind
No.
of film. From what I've seen so far, It Follows for me is a masterpiece. This for
Yeah.
me, this was a letdown. I'll just say from the start,
Yeah.
this film let me down. The premise is great.
Mm.
I love the science around it, like swapping two different zones together. Also,
Yeah.
not just by location, but by also, it seems like time as well.
Time.
It's like a temporal displacement situation, crazy. But for me, some of the characters just let me down.
Like
Ewan
the
McGregor, I
usual.
didn't like him.
Oh,
Ewan McGregor was
wet.
soft, was rubbish,
Wet.
was just like they made him to be soft. And obviously, Anne Hathaway was the
Was the
sort of
strong one.
stronger. She had all the answers. She was like
The
engaged
one
with
with the
stuff,
gun.
and yeah, and it's just, I think the male characters just were soft for me. I
Yeah.
wanted the boy to die.
Yeah.
The
It
boy
was
got
so
on my
annoying.
nerves.
I
Yeah.
know.
I wanted, even there's a point when Anne Hathaway's character switched on him because he's like, "What are we gonna do?" The dad was just, okay, I don't want to spoil it, but something
Yeah.
happens to the dad, which was the
Which
best part of the
was
film for me
which
because
was
I
the
wasn't
best
expecting that.
which was the best part of the
The
movie.
best.
You know what? When that happened, I
I
was like,
wasn't.
what?
I love her reaction when it happens because she's so
Yeah.
stunned. She forgets the danger of what could happen to her. She just stands there
Like,
because she can't believe it.
she just can't
But
believe it.
after that, they're walking around and the son is like, "Well, what's gonna happen?" I would have fed him to the
him.
dinosaurs myself. He's asking silly questions
I
at a time
know.
like that. He got on my nerves. I wanted
I
him to
know.
go.
He was so annoying.
And yeah, I mean, I just think, yeah, it was interesting. And also some of the dinosaurs, like, it seemed like the sort of Velociraptor type ones, the sort of, the Velociraptor
Hairy.
with the feathers. Yeah, and that's what paleontologists? Anyway,
Yeah,
dinosaur
yeah,
scientists. They believe that velociraptors originally had feathers because they had
feathers.
hollow bones,
Yeah.
and obviously a lot of people think some dinosaurs came from, or some birds came from dinosaurs. So that
Yeah.
one there, probably a good
It's
depiction.
probably good. Yeah, it is a good. That bit with the T-Rex, and
Mm.
that for me was probably the best bit.
Okay.
You know that bit when we see that the major thing happen, like
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's trying to
For
get
me, yeah,
it's
wicked.
trying to get Anne Hathaway's character, it's trying to get the mum, trying to get the
Yeah.
mum, trying to get the mum,
Yeah.
and then Ewan
Yeah.
McGregor gets involved and everything like that.
Yeah.
For me, I was like,
Yeah.
that was the best bit of the whole
Yeah.
movie, like in
Yeah.
terms of action.
Yeah.
And
People
I
weren't
just
aware enough. A lot of the
I
characters weren't
know.
looking around. Like, obviously, the film has to happen. We know that. If
Mm,
they were, what we would want them to be, there'll be no film. So I guess they have to
mm.
be stupid. But some of the stupidness was just so silly. Just
Why?
not.
What I didn't get was there was one bit in the movie where the guy there was the neighbor. I was like, oh my days, he's shooting at the pterosaurs or the pterodactyls or whatever
What,
they are, and then like then all of and he's just standing there.
he was asking for it.
It was just asking for it, and then he just kind of like, all right, okay, he gets eaten up. Okay, fine, fair enough. The how did the dog survive? I don't understand that. But then all the other animals they survived, and
Hmm.
then what else was there? There was one other bit where I was just like, okay, that just would not happen. So I get it. The premise is that
I
there's some
love the
sort
premise.
of
Yeah, that's
the
just.
sphere there's a time what was the orb? Because we don't get an explanation
I
of the
think it's
orb.
some sort of science experiment gone wrong. That's what I think, because
Yeah.
it transported a particular space or geographical space into another, into the same space. Actually, possibly, it's
Mm,
possibly the same space in time, just a different time.
mm.
It might have been that,
So
and also
200 million years ago, that's where.
exactly, yes. I mean, I think we've spoken about on the show before how years ago the geology of the Earth was different. It was more
Mm,
higher in oxygen. It was more
yeah,
humid because those
exactly.
large animals needed that, which they
That
felt. Which I think was a nice little touch
yeah.
when
So
the
they
film
felt they
showed
were like,
that.
oh, there was one
Mm,
silly bit in the movie. So she takes a picture of this plant. Do you remember where she takes the picture of the plant?
mm, mm,
She goes
mm,
to the
mm,
library.
mm.
And she goes to the librarian. She goes, "Oh, have you seen this?" She goes, "Oh, that looks like a so and so from
How she knows?
200 million years ago." How does she know? They,
She knows
there's no
everything.
evidence.
She knows everything.
So
She's an
how
expert.
would you know what that looks
Just
like
like
from
that.
200 million years ago? It's like, oh my days. So yeah, little things, and then they wrap it up in a nice little bow where there's kind of like this happy ending, which I was just like,
Mm.
hey. So what do you
Yeah,
reckon? Do you
I'd
reckon there's going to be do you reckon they'll do like another one on this, like
no,
JJ
no.
Abrahams?
I think it'll be a different film that maybe links onto this, but they
Should be
shouldn't do a
darker
second part of this. Yeah, I think this film would have been much better if it was
if it
darker.
was
If it
darker.
wasn't a 12A, and it wasn't so silly. The
Yeah.
characters were silly. I mean, this science issue is really
Why?
great,
Yeah, I
and
know.
and the end. Just to, again, a little bit of a spoiler towards the end, like you mentioned, Anne Hathaway's character. She basically, they understand this ball, this light of
Mm,
ball. If you jump into it, you can teleport back to where you came from,
mm.
and obviously that happens. And I think what she done at the end is wrong. She robbed another family. she It's like, because
Yeah,
they realize they've gone back in time to before it happened to them,
yeah,
and they realize that if they that basically copies of themselves are there, like
yeah,
most likely,
yeah,
which is,
yeah,
again, that's mind-boggling. But to
yeah,
rob the other family of someone you've lost,
yeah,
that's selfish. If you think about it, okay, we're going to spoil it. Ewan McGregor
Spoil
gets
it.
eaten by a dinosaur.
Yeah,
So when
which is
they come to
wicked.
this, when they jump into this bubble and go back in time to before it happened, they
Mm.
realize that Ewan McGregor and their family,
It's
exists
still,
down the road.
yeah.
So she calls him to come somewhere, and then it happens, and then that
So then
town
he
goes
goes. So
away.
they all
So
go
she's
away.
stolen someone. She's stolen her own husband. So now they're without him.
Yeah, yeah.
How's that
True. Oh
fair?
my days.
How's that
Yes.
fair? Tell me how that's fair. But
Yes.
we're supposed to celebrate that. That's not
Yes.
fair. She's deprived someone else. They lost him. They need to live with that, because they can't take from someone else.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's not
Interesting.
fair.
Totally, totally.
That's
Yes.
not right. But films tend to make because they're the hero. Whatever they do is right. No, that's
Is
wrong.
right, exactly. I
And another
know, I
thing I
know.
didn't like, just two more things I'll quickly say, and I'm done.
Do it, do
The
it.
little girl, the little
What
sister
little
girl that they
girl?
picked up.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I like her because she was
yeah.
gone. She was like, "I'm gone." She jumped.
She
Everyone else
ran.
is counting, and the boy, stupid boy, counting and jump. The boy is
Oh my
he's so stupid,
god.
but
He jumps
and then
in and oh my
and
god, he
misses it,
falls and yeah. Oh
and he should
god.
be dead, but he's
I
not. And
know
then the other
he's
bit I
not.
didn't like about this film, which I thought was a little bit old school racist in a way.
We
Back in the
what bit?
day, like
Yeah.
back in the day, like in the 50s and stuff like that, anytime you saw a black character on screen, they
Mm-hmm.
usually had a high pitched voice and they resembled the kind of old school
Yes.
depictions of black people. And
Yeah, yeah. And
they
the
jump
scene
in the
in the
pool,
and
they
then
jump in the
yes.
pool.
And
Didn't
what is
she
a
look like
caricature?
Thomas? She looked
Yes,
like the
I
Thomas
know.
lady
And that was the 80s.
from
That
Tom
was
and
that's
Jerry.
I know.
She
I
had the
know.
same 90,
Oh
literally
my
the same
days.
90. I saw that, I was like, oh, come on. Like it's just it was
That's
too
the
they could
writing
have
was
shown
yeah,
anyone. They could have just shown a normal person,
yeah.
but they went to the stereotype. And I was like,
Type.
nah, that's
And
just
like screaming and shouting and it's just like,
yeah.
oh,
It's
like
like
hey, and then just walked off.
yeah, the stereotype of what they used to show in the 50s.
Yeah.
So I didn't
No,
like
no.
that. But yeah,
Yeah.
apart from that, that's me done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was
man.
disappointed. I was disappointed. Even though I wasn't looking for much in this film, I walked away
You know what,
thinking,
wasn't even expecting anything, but then like, I was just like, just that one bit for me was probably the best bit of the whole movie, and that's it.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
it.
Ewan McGregor getting eaten. That was wicked.
I know.
Surprising.
Now, there's a bit in this movie, the end of Oak Street, where they have to lock themselves up in the house, but
Yeah.
then eventually, then they just flip and all go anyway.
Yeah.
And then that's important because this next movie that we're going to be speaking about is called The Last House.
Yeah.
And now this one is set in modern times. It's kind of they don't really explain. Do they explain
But what it
all
is.
right, yeah, what it is? So so in this movie we've got Wagner Maurer, and what was her name? She was in this. She's becoming a big
Greta
star.
Lee.
Greta Lee. She's
Greta
been in
Lee.
like past lives, and she's done some other things that I've seen her in, and like this kind of big actress. So they're a married couple, like beautiful family. Got their house. He's an engineer. He's clever and he's got his stuff. And then the mum is, I can't remember exactly what the mum was doing. Do you remember what her role was in the movie? What was her job?
I
She was
don't
a teacher.
remember, but she's good at gardening. I think she's a teacher. Okay.
Yeah, maybe something like that. And there's a massive storm coming. There's a massive storm that hits them. We see kind of Wagner Maurer's character. He's fishing in the beginning of the movie. And he sees massive clouds, up in the sky, and he's like, "Oh, I better get home." Now, the clouds, the rain, the weather brings something from out of this world, right? Let's just leave it at that. From out of this world, this thing comes. And the family soon realizes that they're trapped inside the house, but not just their family, other families that live on the street. So they're like, at first it's like, hey, we're trapped, and like, hey, what about you? And we're trapped, and we're like, okay, this is all going to pass over. The weather's going to kind of go, and we'll be out of here, no problem. So one day leads to second day, leads to 3 days, leads to 5 days, and then before you know it, days leads into weeks, leads into months. And before you know it, flipping 5 years, right? That's kind of where we're at with this movie. This family has to survive because they are forced to live inside their house. We don't know exactly what it is that's out there that's stopping them, but it's something to do with the weather, Deval. Something to do with the rain.
Something to do with the water.
The water in Mallorca.
Yeah. So I think the credits kind of it teased us into that because the beginning credits kind of was very waterish and stuff like that. And this film is a bit of a message to humanity. Like, yes, we're here on Earth, but Earth doesn't, like, we're borrowing Earth, we're renting Earth. We ain't got no mortgage, we don't own it outright. When Mother Nature decides that it wants to get rid of us, it will get rid of us. And in this film, I liked it I like the mystery of how they get locked in,
Yeah.
why they got locked in, and the fact that it was some sort of ecological sort of spirit. The water had basically come alive to lock everyone in because everyone is basically shitting on the
Dumping
earth.
shit in on Earth. Yeah.
Exactly, and I like the fact that they were stuck, and we didn't know much of what it was. People had to survive, and people were dying outside, and all that kind of thing. And the mystery for me, I think, was very very. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Mm.
I enjoyed the mystery, and then for me, I think the part where it kind of
There,
doesn't
and
totally
there is a
lose
bit
me.
where it kind of it does dip. There is a bit where it does
Yeah,
dip.
for me, it's when the monsters start coming.
I know.
For me, when the monsters start coming, and they look a bit Lovecraftian again, a bit like I think there was a character in Pirates of the
Squid.
Caribbean, like
They
squid
look like
people, like
yeah, squid people. There was like
yeah,
little
like
things. Yeah.
Cthulhu, Cthulhu and like the Lovecraft with all the
Yeah.
octopus kind of mouth, and they're the ones that are magically around. I don't know where they came
Mm.
from, but they're around, and they are the ones that are controlling everyone being locked in.
Yeah.
So
And then
yeah,
one of the things that I didn't get was like the so remember the kids in this movie, they start off like young kids and they've been in the house for 5 years, so then they become
yeah,
teenagers.
yeah, yeah.
And they would earlier on in the movie, the daughter says, "Oh, but this one's friendly." I'm like, how do they know
Mm,
that this one's friendly?
mm,
Like, how does she get the feeling? So it's that kid trope that the young kid has a connection with kind of an otherworldly beast or whatever it is. And then I thought that was like, okay, and then it decides to leave them alone.
mm. Yeah, and they can move. I always see this in films. The animals or the monsters, they can move. Their
Mm.
agility, their speed, but for some reason, they can never catch a human. They
Oh
can
my
never catch
gosh.
a human.
And they the movie part of the movie in the part of the movie there's a bit where the house gets flooded and they're underwater. I'm like, that's their domain.
And they're still struggling. I
And they're still
mean,
struggling. They're
yeah,
still kind of like, but the
yeah,
interesting thing is with these movies, both of them, The End of Oak Street, The Last House, it's this kind of being confined in the house,
mm,
like locking yourselves up. I like
mm,
the bit, what I did like about his character though was like he's an engineer. So
yeah.
you're probably thinking, well, how are they going to survive 5 years?
Put it to good use. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So then he has to devise traps and things, and they can't go outside. But then there's
mm,
other animals that are outside that then they have to eat and everything, and so all those things I kind of thought was, yeah, shit. How would you survive, Deval? How
mm,
would you grow
mm.
plants?
You need people that can do stuff like that, engineering and horticulture. Someone that
Oh
can
man,
use the earth to grow crops and food. Without that, you're done.
you're done.
So they had they had the tools basically. So
Yeah. And then
yeah,
you see kind of like, other families that are on the street. They weren't obviously so lucky. So
yeah,
it's an interesting premise. It was like, up to a point where I loved it, where like you, Deval, where the mystery, like what the hell's going on
mm,
over here? How are they going to get out of this? And then when you have the reveal, for me, you're right. That's when it starts to
mm,
be like, oh, so that's what it was in the end. And then they go off. They get out. Spoiler over here. They do actually survive. They do leave the house, but then the world is decimated. There is no one
we
else.
don't even know how far wide this is, and they go and jump
Yeah,
on a boat. You jump on a boat on water where you know these
where
creatures are strong,
this is what
but
I don't
again, you're
get.
trapped on the boat. So I don't know, man. I don't know. The
I just
film,
probably yeah, that bit was kind of like, the whole thing. But you're right, about the whole kind of ecological message,
mm, mm,
you know. And now where you are
mm.
in the UK, flipping, you guys have
We need
like
some rain. There's
drought.
no rain. Yeah, we need some rain. There's fires. It's hot. Oh, it's a different. And usually in the UK, we don't want the rain, but now we
Mm,
need some rain.
now you
So
need some. All right,
yeah,
okay. So based on that, Devaldo, what's your movie of the week?
movie of the week is probably none of them. To be
Mm.
honest, none of them. No, it's none of them. My movie of the week is The Mist, which I saw again. I'm being
Oh
honest.
gosh. Well, there you have it, folks. You've heard it.
Yeah.
Keep it low with the flicksters, because next week, well, mind you, Deval, what's coming up next week?
So we got the Insidious the new Insidious.
Yeah, I want to see that.
And we've got the Jason Statham film that's out as well.
The Mutiny
next
or
week.
Mutiny,
The
or
Mutiny,
whatever it is.
Mutiny, yeah. So those are the 2 films for next week.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, okay.
Yeah.
Keep it low with the.
Trying to say, keep it locked with the Flicksters until next week. Peace out.